That's the way CIS scene works, and that's the way both these teams have been working a lot of late too. When you pick up a Visage as well as a Luna, you're already putting a huge foot down saying, I'm able to control inside my lane, the range DPS will be high, the control's also going to be is going to be even higher, and then you got the ability to then nuke into those early team fights. And I'm not just talking about like glaive bounce, because that's in the later portion of the game when you start having like these big physical DPS fights with the Luna in the core of it. But you're able to get the soul assumption out early on. Then you add a Lucent Beam on top of this one, and then when you catch one hero out, then you can go for your Eclipse. So it gives you like a huge amount of damage when it comes to the team fights in the early stages. Very focused as well from Team Empire. Apart from Eclipse, you can't really control that, depending on who's next to you. That's the only thing you can control. So. And then we add an Invoker in towards the mix as well from Team Empire. And Resolution's Invoker is flawless. I'm surprised VP even let it through the ban pool. Like, they take out the OD, you take out the Storm Spirit as well, you take out these big mid-lane controllers after you take out the offlaners in the Clockwork as well as the Nyx Assassin. But you let something like an Invoker through the pool, they're going to make you pay for that. Resolution, love watching his Invoker, so I'm already a very happy caster today. This is just perfect initiation. Nice timing pushes as well being available for Team Empire. Where I look at the VP lineup, and we're going into an unusual situation. We have Lich, Prophet, as well as AA. Now, Lich really hasn't seemed to be working in a lot of lanes unless there have been dual lanes of recent times. And with the Ancient Apparition, you're normally edging forward to try and go into a tri-lane and not, in fact, go dual lane. So Ancient Apparition as well as Lich are very unusual pickups. Together, they do work quite nicely. It's not a guaranteed stun, but you can do your Frost Blast and then go into your Cold Feet, and you should be able to lock them down here or there. So the potential for VP to get some kills in the lane is quite high, but then we add a Doombringer towards the mix. So throw the kill potential out the window. When you start running a Doombringer, unless we're now looking at a Prophet mid lane, this is now going to be a Doombringer up on the safe lane. You'll be holding everything back with the Lich, basically sacrificing out. So you get Devour as well as Sacrifice going off on that top lane. So anyone who goes on this off lane is going to have a lot of trouble. Like Ancient Apparition, you can't really harass him out that well, even though Chilling Touch early on will be doing a good job. It's just lane control up there, and VP pulling so much more out. Like you're sacrificing one creep, which means your enemy doesn't get that experience, and then Doom's also getting bonus money from using the Devour, and it's quick farm as well, and then he has the Aura on top of that. So yeah, VP have a nice passive start to their safe lane, and then the Nature's Prophet will have to do it tough down here in the bottom lane. But that's the reason why now Batrider is selected. Team Empire realized that VP is at a point where they can just sit back, farm up, and zone out the offlaner for Team Empire. So how do you counter that with the Team Empire lineup? You have an offlaner which will give you initiation later on, so you jump on Doom before he can actually Doom you. It also helps to catch out both Nature's Prophet, Ancient Apparition, Lich would be the job of Visage, Invoker, and Luna to get rid of as quickly as possible. Batrider's got to look for the big guys here. But the Batrider also doesn't have to stay up on the top lane. So that's his other huge core point right now, where he can just abandon the top lane if things get really rough. And go into the jungle. And he doesn't even have to go there straight away. Like, he can sit up on the top lane, wait for the creep wave to come in close, take a little bit of the experience away, and then go down to a camp which could be stacked by your support heroes. And then you get that burst amount of money coming in to Mag on that Batrider, and jumps in with the Blink Dagger, and then all of a sudden middle lane turns around, and that's going to be the timing that we have to look at for Team Empire. The timing for the Blink Dagger, the space which is then made for the Luna, and the level progression of the Invoker. They're the three major core things here for Team Empire we have to watch. For VP, we have to watch how successful that Doom is with his progression as well. The way he wants to progress, this should be mech first Doombringer, because Lich as well as Ancient Apparition won't really want to go into this. They're going to have a hard enough time staying alive as it is. So Doombringer, he needs to also have the armor. Bring in the mech early on. Nature's Prophet then can focus on the split push, because that is the downside about Team Empire's lineup. They don't have good split push. They have Manta style up later on with the Luna, then yes, you have split push. Batrider, if he goes Blink Dagger and BTs, the Harney style way of building a Batrider, then yes, you will also have some decent split push. But this is all later into the game we're looking at. At that point, Vitus.Pro BO1 can almost hump people down. And speaking of the Hunter, the Queen of Pain will be the final one coming out from Vitus.Pro. So we get a strong mid laner, we get a good initiator as well. Not a hero that can easily kill off the Visage. One thing which is really lacking from the VP lineup is the physical DPS. So it's really going to be a requirement. Going to be a massive requirement of Vitus.Pro to make sure Vitus.Pro is able to get enough farm that he's able to really just push in those lanes and push in those lanes quickly. I don't know if we're looking at Desolator coming out from him or something like that. Even Queen of Pain if she wants to. If she looks just to amp up the physical DPS and add a little bit more to her own push, she could even look down the lines of a Mjolnir. Not full, just probably a Maelstrom would be enough. But something along those lines. But then she probably also wants to build into an Orchid, control the Invoker. Another way to go, because Invoker would probably want to be into his high movement speed. The Quas Wex in this scenario is actually a really good pickup as well. You can go the Force Prism and try and kill off the Ancient Apparition and Lich very early on, but if you can burn out the mana of the Queen of Pain and Doom, then they have nowhere to really move around, and there's not going to be any kind of burst mana coming back. Lich getting Arcane Boots is slightly ironic, and then you have an Ancient Apparition on top of that one. Yeah, he'll probably buy some Arcane Boots, but he also wants to make sure he has enough strength, so then he'll have to get Arcane Boots and get Urn, and then on top of all of this, just keep piling it up. So VP could find themselves in a lot of trouble very early on against Team Empire here. And then NS will be taking out the last bans here, so we have Silencer as well as Puck being removed, so that's what they thought could be a tri-lane here. I'm only pointing this thing out because it's possible it could happen. I have to remove Fog's name because he's unfortunately unable to be here. Yeah, so the aggressive tri-lane potential is there, because if you watch North, okay, it seems like first game of the day always has some kind of frame rate loss. I don't know why. It just happens. Hopefully it settles itself down. Yeah, so I kind of almost want to double check it just to make sure. As we made some settings to the main PC to make sure that wouldn't happen. So there's good luck, have fun. Let's get ourselves underway. I love how Vanskill's also typing out tactical while someone else writes ward on the tactical. Good luck, have fun. Wait, what? No, there's no pause. Maybe it's because there hasn't been a pause. Normally Team Empire is always pausing a game. This is some easy CS. We both always want to fly in silent here, and with the aura damage, they can easily just pick up that first little sucker. It doesn't seem like much, but 15 experience and a little bit of extra gold at the start's not too shabby. Yeah, but okay, let's look at our lanes for Empire. We got Mag on the off lane, Boots first, pulled one extra Tango, and got Clarity as well as a Tango charge here. Vanskill's going to be probably just watching the top lane, coming up with an Observer Ward if there is going to be a defensive tri-lane, because then he'd want to move up and block up this easy pull camp, because that means Batrider has to sacrifice himself. But if it's any kind of aggressive kind of dual lane combination from VP, then he can roam around a little bit more, stack up wherever he wants, maybe look to gank up the middle lane, which with the Invis rune, there's initiation to do so. So one level Poison Touch will be the goal. He'll want to have this middle lane solo, which is the Queen of Pain, past this line. Even if he just forces the blink to come up as the first ability, that's already a semi-win here. Resolution. Advantage Sergey. He's able to get the high ground right now. And looks like Vanskill's come down towards the bottom lane, and what a timing for it. They'll see him come in with a sentry ward, but Prophet's already way too far down. This is Smile, so the Poison Touch to slow him down, the Grave Chill as well, but okay, not able to get in range for the Grave Chill, and Luna's not ready to fight anyway. They would have had to have done that when Vitus.Pro was still here, but because of this sentry ward over on the side, they saw the gank coming from a mile away. I'm talking about with Mag up on the top lane. It's only a matter of time before the creep wave just doesn't keep the same control. NS wants to remain on the lane. Well, it looks like Doombringer gets to go a little bit more jungle. But yeah, by keeping NS on the lane and pushing it out, you could soak up a little bit more of the experience, but it's all about Mag. He just picked up 2 levels, and basically be over 2.5 levels by the end of this. Lol, Cold Snap being used to farm that resolution. Even when God is underneath the tier 1 tower. So much confidence he's got when able to move around the aggro. trying to attempt a couple of denials here. It's just screwing around with resolutions last hitting, but that's basically it.
Warriors of the wood.
This bottom lane is also such a nuisance. We had ourselves, looks to be a bit of a pull up from Always Wanna Fly. Now attempting to block it, but the pull's still going to work. He's grabbed 2 creeps down. So it was a double stack. It was just a stacked camp, so yeah. They're still going to get what they're searching for. God's not really getting what he's searching for, and that's enough money to pick up that bottle. Courier's not bringing it out right now. One nice thing for an Aegis Prophet, picks up a regeneration rune. God's not looking too healthy. He's got two Tango charges left after just eating one up. I know Invoker's burnt through a lot of his as well, but knowing Invoker with the power of Quas so early on is fine. Here's your movement up on top lane too, Mag. That's a frustration thing for him. Just losing the clarity this early on. You'll have to wait for the crew to get back and pick up another clarity and bring his ring up towards that top lane too. But like the courier's having to head down. Yeah, ring in about the clarity as well to go with it, but he's taking control of the courier. And with the Firefly and the sticky napalm down, it's amazing how many levels Mag has managed to achieve from this top lane. This kind of farm as well coming his way up to 12 for 1 now. With that Firefly burn down on the full creep wave. Difficult to deny in the middle of that unless you want to take the damage. That's just very clever. They managed to pull that much experience off the lane, because you know bottom lane's going to struggle when you're going up against a sacrificing Lich. But Luna's still done a pretty damn good job. 16 for 3 on Silent. With Vanskill sitting behind him at the 2 for 2. Like if it's some extra denies in there. But Jotam as well as Smile haven't really found a huge advantage in on this lane just yet. Like there's no kills coming the way. Smile's still working into his phase boots, but even then that's coming just a little bit too late. And you know Vanskill, he's not leveling up his next ability yet because he still wants to know if he needs Shallow Grave or not. Buys a TP scroll also in case he has to TP to a different lane to protect his mid solo, which is going to be the main thing he has to look out for. Because God's getting close enough to a point where he's going to have those 4 points up in Scream and the 1 point up in ulti, and then we'll look to burst damage through Resolution. Oh, Mag. NS wants to start up on him. He's already got 2 napalm stacks, and he can get a kill right now. Coldfeet's not going to slow him down, so NS has to run down further south. The Coldfeet's going to snatch up right now, but Illidan, he's got nothing really that's going to help. NS is so low on life, but that last attack from him, able to pick it up. Surrounded by flames. Surprising, Baron didn't actually loop up this direction, break out the cold feet, and then come back down again. There was a moment where he stopped on top of the tree line, so was caught out, and VP will claim the first blood. And that's a big kill too, because Mag had some decent experience up on the top lane. He gives the money over to the Ancient Apparition, which isn't as bad a thing, but it can rush up the Arcane, which means AA ulti is so much easier to spam.
With me.
Smile. Trying to interrupt the pull progression. Still able to work, and Vanskill takes the aggro of the trees over from the side. Smile can stay close enough, he can still leech the experience, which is his goal right now. He's up to level 4, leave Jotam inside the lane. They're realizing they're being a little bit under-leveled. With both heroes standing on this bottom lane, like they're sitting at one point with just like both of them sitting at level 2, while Luna was approaching the level 4, and now is almost hitting level 5. So they had to split it up. And you see what Silent's doing too. It's a Hand of Midas recipe coming out from him. Realizes with the passive nature the VP is playing, they don't need to take any kind of risk. Just keep the Luna farming up. In the later portion of the game, the Luna will win out. There's no one from VP that can stand up against the Luna in the very, very late game. Even an insanely farmed up Doombringer. Nice stack as well from Always Wanna Fly. This is that prep work I was talking about for the Batrider. Like 500 gold is in him right now. With this extra stack, you basically shoot himself up to about 1500, taking out the other side camps as well. So approaching that time, we'll have a whole bunch of new wards. Do you see a defensive observer ward coming out from Team Empire? So they're keeping tabs on seeing if VP's moving in through the side, so they can also watch where that Nature's Prophet is moving. So they knew what Smile was doing before, and then just one ward watching the bottom. But that's basically it for the observer wards. There's a sentry down here on the side. That's yeah, I don't know if there was a blocking ward for VP or not. I also don't know if, oh, it's actually, maybe I might understand what happened right now with the ward too, with the conversation before. As it just finally clicks, they're probably sharing a ward and accidentally planted one inside their base, so joke about it a little bit more. I know some guy in the chat was like, oh, no comment on the obs. I'm like, yeah, I wasn't looking for it. Odd. First rotation and instantly spotted out. He's checking for the stacks though. This is his primary thing to make sure Profit interrupts. And Illidan needs to keep that pressure on the top lane in order to make sure Batrider can't just come back and do this. Like, he's got himself a 2 stack and there'll be 3 camps straight up. And then he preps the other one. And that's basically Blink Dagger. This is where the farming power of Batrider comes in. So the first thing I said about Team Empire was the timing for the Blink Dagger. Second thing was the level progression on Resolution. We're up to almost level 8 on Resolution this middle lane. Like, Queen of Pain's keeping up with it. In fact, Queen of Pain is ahead on the CS board. Once Resolution just starts moving around that map, you can see him going for the fast movement speed build too. That's phase boots into drums with the Quas Wex. Oh. Third. That's a good thing that courier only had sentry wards on it. Smile's able to get the pick off. Resolution doesn't want to let him to get away with that murder, but he did. And then the line is drawn for Resolution to run. Actually, that wasn't even for Resolution. That line was drawn by NS. It was a line drawn across the top.
Illusion.
Sun's going to come in from behind. Or can he even catch someone else out? There's a TP coming towards top lane. It's like with Doom already being cast, always on a 5-van score. He tried to heal him up, but very unsuccessful. Or for a moment too, you'd be looking at the shallow, but now Dazzle just not fast enough to save his teammate up on that top lane. So that's now a second kill up on this top lane. One went to the Ancient Apparition, the secondary one went to the Doombringer. So Empire's still losing heroes, and I would like to say that VP is ahead right now, but I still know the timing push of Empire. So this advantage they have is good, but they're not seeing anything really coming out from the 2 major cores of Team Empire. But with this movement, this is what's going to be great. VP, jump in, scream, good tornado timing, but Prophet's already in here. Resolution goes in, the Quap ulti. Sergey had to have a gamble. You'll also notice his mana pool. 30 mana. 30 mana was all that was left after that. With the AA ulti there, they knew he'd been hit hard. Prophet had also hit into him. He wasn't too slow from that Ghost Walk. But Queen of Pain's ulti was just able to reach him. And that means 3rd kill now to VP. And that's a bigger kill. That's VP initiating just before Empire were looking to hit their sweet timing. Like, Invoker's going to TP back towards the middle lane. But this is the time then when it was Empire that's going to be getting a kill in the middle lane. Find that Blink Dagger. That was their timing. But on top lane, Doombringer continues to farm up. He's got 4 points up in the Devour, keeps farming, and has 1,300 gold on this safe lane Doombringer. This is going to be destruction for Team Empire if they can't deal with him. And they're not finding the items they require on both the Luna as well as the Invoker in order to do so. Doombringer can just rush straight into a BKB, and Luna isn't progressing fast enough to have that straight up physical damage yet. They can go back up, pick up treads and a TP scroll and head back down towards bottom lane, but that's not enough. Bottom lane, poor Vanscore. It's like the AA ulti was able to shatter him out from that. Ended up going all the way back home, but it was Prophet with his ultimate as well. Guys looking to hunt in the middle lane, see him going straight into a BKB himself. I really want to see what Illidan's going to build into too. Because he can go into Assault Cuirass, he can go into Heart, because he's just running a safe lane Doombringer, so there's no massive pressure on him to be involved anywhere. A TP's coming bottom lane, they're going to try and defend this. And they'll have to wish the best of luck. Mag, Blink Dagger, see Sergey, but blink away, and they'll manage to catch Smile. They're dragging him back, but Sun's already hit by the A ulti, and the Lich ulti going down into Resolution, over towards Fly, back over to Resolution. The Eclipse will go, and Silent is actually able to pick up the kill with a Tornado follow-up into Sergey. Need a little bit more damage here from Resolution, but the Soul Assumption from Always Wanna Fly will give him a double kill. Silent lucky to stay alive through that. And you know NS will have a crack with his ultimate in a moment to see if he can find the Luna. Luna is running a very skew-whiff path, popping hand of Midas. AA won't be able to find it. Or shouldn't be able to find it at least. Shouldn't. It flew over the top of him. He'll hit always on a fly at least. Oh, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He knows. Shatters on the bottom lane, so he didn't get the prize he was searching for, Ancient Apparition. Instead, he wanted Luna, but picking up the Visage isn't that bad either. Either way, it was a shot in the dark, quite literally dark, because there's no vision over there for the Dire side. Right now, I'm only seeing 2 wards on the map. We've got 1 Dire ward, which is about to time out in the middle, and then we've got 1 Observer ward for the Radiant side. And this pressure coming out from VP is so good. Then making sure Luna doesn't have that space, just to Midas, farm, and then just leave it that. Hey, ulti's gonna fly, Prophet. He's already triggered his ulti, but they lost the vision. They didn't see Silent, so it didn't bounce through with the maximum amount of damage. Silent. That kind of preparation would have been enough for God just to jump in there with a Scream ulti, and he would have killed off the Luna.
Dark light.
Oh, Mag, back to his farming. Tranquil Boots and Blink Dagger. Not looking too shabby. Oh God. To jump in towards this middle lane. Resolution just running out. A Prophet holds him there together. They know he's there and the dust will go too. There's no mana, however, for Sergey to throw out the ultimate. He does have the sting on the Invoker. And this is going to drop him down, but you can see him just switch it up to Quas. Pop the 1 charges and he will survive. 4 points up in Quas will protect you from that Queen of Pain harassment. It's only a level 1 Shadow Strike as well. Dylan's backing up. Yeah, okay, we're talking about BKB from him, and it's exactly what he's doing. 2.1k gold on that Doombringer. He knows they only have physical DPS then.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And Silent still hasn't finished his Yasha into Mana Style. He has to kind of do that before he goes to BKB. Because if he just goes into the BKB, sure, he'll have a little bit of the extra damage and life points, but won't have the DPS, movement speed kind of buff up that he really requires, which the Mana Style gives him, which also gives him the split push potential too. Resolution and Silent team up right there as well, watching it. The bottom tier 1 tower to take a fall. Sergey just free space in this mid. And VP, they're controlling this game so well. Like, the experience is kicking back up again, and that's just because, like, Team Empire, it was known they would at one point assemble themselves together and look to take a big team fight, which is exactly what they did. And we got Mech being built up by Always on a Fly. Is there Mech even in the works? He's coming out from the ledge, so he is. Well, speaking of who, ledge goes down, Always on a Fly. At least get to watch this kill right now in the bottom lane. Arsat though, smile. Oh, Shallow Grave, the Poison Ting with that 1 last attack. Fly, he's gonna get it. He has to move himself away from that Doombringer though. And now Doom over on Mag. Visage already got 1 kill. He turns around for the Soul Assumption damage. Illidan really slowed up and stunned. Finally triggers the BKB, which only just flew in on the Courier, but he will not get himself away from this. Back Quap! I'm in for a double kill. That was actually Illidan who picks up the double kill. Quap took out the Visage, but hit the ulti absolutely perfectly. The Visage overstayed his welcome. That runner was already pretty low from the damage dealt by Doombringer.
Dire's bottom tower is
and that made that top fight worthwhile for Vitus.Pro. Thought with the BKB going off and you're just trying to get 1 kill and that's all you get and you lose your own life for it, that's not worth it in any way, shape or form. But Queen of Pain comes in to make sure the balance is tipped. So with that kill, she inches herself closer towards the BKB. As we hit 8-6, you'll see that graph just dip down back a little bit the way of Vitus.Pro. So you want to keep those eyes on Luna. 1200 gold, having treads. What's coming out of Courier? There's the full Yasha. Silent just farming up. He hasn't gone the full greed with the helm of the Dominator as well. It's 2k gold or roughly. That you don't really want to take out of you. That is actually Yasha. So I went back to pick up the Resolutions 4 stuff, but it is definitely Silence Yasha. God. Resolution is just like standing on the other side. I'm looking for support, and Resolution's got it. Max walked towards the front lines. Blink, Lasso, they got him. There were 3 to choose from. Into the Cold Snap, Poison Sting as well. Flame Break, they're looking for the extra burst damage, and then a quick tornado. He'll die from the fall. And Queen of Pain goes down here in the middle lane. And this will be a quick transition into pushing it out. Needs tier 1 tower gone. It's Empire who need the injection of money to try and keep up with this Doombringer, who just keeps farming up. He's got a level 2 ulti already. AL is coming in, can hit on almost all of Team Empire, and then the TP's coming in from the Doombringer. Fortification up as well. And they're backed up. Sam throws the ulti out. One lucid beam. I can't even kill off Jotum. The Eclipse is on cooldown now. Lasso as well for the moment. Mid tower will end up being denied up by Vitus.Pro. VP realizing the Eclipse will be on cooldown. They can go in for Roshan. They're already walking around with that nice little attack speed aura. They don't have the full mech, it's just the buckler coming out from Jotum. But with the army that's here and then the Chilling Touch buff up too, they're trying to give it a shot. Familiars are on the way in, but God able to snipe it off. Gets the drop down, Tornado's coming in as well. Empire not looking to give the free Roshan. They want to be able to contest. VP are okay with this. They still sniped out one of the Familiars. They're backing up to the bottom lane. And Illidan's just having a run. Phase boots available if he's really going to fully commit to try and killing off Silent. But they know that tier 1 tower is low on life. So it doesn't really require that much pressure on the bottom lane to make sure the tower is dead. They just want to make sure when they do attack it, that they have the power behind them to do so. Resolution, Tornado, they got him. EMP burn, there's already nothing there. And with the Cold Snap, the attack, the Batrider comes up with the Firefly to steal the last hit. Now buying up his 4-star, still short of the Ring of Regen. It won't take him long, it's only 350 gold. And Always Wanna Fly wants to push out the top, and Resolution will come to help him out. And Illidan just keeps farming up. 2k gold now up on him. Doom is still just so fat. Now he hit like 20 minutes in. A ulti coming into the top lane. Prophet ulti. Well, he's still dead. That's why there's no ulti coming up from him. But you're seeing this difference in net worth. Almost 1,500, 1,600, almost 1,700 difference in the net worth between both the Luna as well as the Doom. And this is a Luna who's running a hand of Midas, and a Doom who, for a rare time, doesn't go into a hand of Midas, but picks up a Blink Dagger instead. Realizing that he's the initiating force right now. And also because he's walking around with War Stomp, he's initiating in 2 different ways. Like War Stomp, Doom, and then the Scorched Earth. So he's got regeneration that allows him to tank up when he jumps in. But then he's got the high movement speed and the Radiance Burn that comes out from that. It's a really good combination to have on the Doombringer. Don't have to play defensively, even though he's only got 6 armor, which isn't obviously a great thing. Lich comes in, gives him the Frost armor, and that's what's giving him the 6 armor. But allows Illidan to initiate and be able to survive after he does so. So they're just using him a little bit as bait right now. Silent as well as Vanskol. Vanskol would like to initiate. Illidan is not making it easy for him. In fact, he bought that Blink Dagger and is already up to 1.1k gold. It's kind of crazy. A Smile up to 2.8k. There'd be a Scythe of Ice Rush from him. He could look for the split push and just go into something like the Shadow Blade. But in this kind of game, you know Team Empire would be walking around with a lot of dust. So either he goes Desolator, which allows him to push down the buildings and also rip through a couple of the heroes, or we look at the Scythe of Ice. At which point he's there to control up the Luna before she gets the BKB off. If they have that, then Luna's physical DPS is removed, and Team Empire do very little damage to the Vitus.Pro lineup. That's having a great time up on top. He's now 900 away from finishing the Aghanims. So he comes in, picks up the Yoga Club. And Illidan does the wise thing. Beats up towards that top lane. Whoops, sorry, blinks in towards that top, goes on top of Mag. With a level death, Mag will pop. The experience of level 14 now for the Doombringer. This is what my eyes were catching just before that point though, and that's Silent going in for his own ancient stack. And this will be his BKB gold right now. It does look like Nature's Prophet does want to do a split push. I'm not quite sure about this, but go with it. Oh, we got a little bit of familiar feeding. Oh, yeah, just resummons just in case. Alan is not healthy here at all, because he's trying to do this without lifesteal. Sitting up in this position and doing it without lifesteal is just, it's crazy. Vanscore's got to work so hard to keep him alive.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Silent can come in and finish this. Because it's not going to take much. These creeps are half dead, but they're trying to do a secondary, another stack on top of what they've already got here. They're just trying to be as efficient as they possibly can. And Silent now is going to do it a lot easier in the kiting position. They got some new black dragons too, so the perfect creeps. And Vanscore will tank up for his mate. He's only got one more heal up his sleeve, however. It's a good thing he's not getting caught out. Unlike bottom lane, where it's a cold snap initiation with both Resolution and Mag. And they bring down the Lich. So God just has to blink himself into the tree line and either wait it out or TP himself out. Going. Ulti. Silent's not in range. The ulti will connect. If that AA blast hit him, Silent could most definitely be shattering. Oh, that last attack, it's not going to bring him low enough. That would have been a guaranteed kill. Speaking of guaranteed, there goes Vanscore. Resolution's running in, but the blink dagger from Illidan, and then the blink up by Sergey. Illidan just moves so fast, and then it will be off target, and it's just Resolution chasing himself. He had nothing left that he could do anyway. That tornado was the last thing he could dish out, as he had no invoke available. Now he does, but well, just gonna be a little bit too late. AOD's flying again. It's really trying to keep everybody off these lanes. It was one of the things that VP did really well in their games in the T.K.O yesterday. And that AA ulti was always on top of Luna. That was the VP versus Fnatic game, if I remember correctly. And yeah, it was just Luna trying to farm. And every time she would come out in a lane, she got hit by this. And the lifesteal that was on Luna then had no effect whatsoever. Probably another reason why Luna has just skipped going into the Helm of the Dominator. It's still kind of worth it if you can pick up an Alpha Wolf, but and if you don't get hit by the AA ulti, it's definitely worth it. There's a movement coming towards the mid. All of Team Empire grouping up to go. So the AA ulti just keeps flying, slowing him down.
Under attack.
Resolution. He wants in. Illidan's just still standing his ground in the middle, and well, with a blink dagger, it almost... Okay, so it's been a while since I've seen this one. Even after changes to it, Illidan gonna be jumped on. It's a big time to kill him off. He's trying to go into the Aghanim Scepter, but being pulled back and dished out. BKB literally will fly out, but it's all too late. Flies up towards Mag, up to the creep wave, and it keeps itself alive. Go, you little ulti. Go, you little ulti. Flying in too. That one's only going to hit on Mag. But Doombringer's not going to be happy with his death. Just sets him back only about 300 gold on the Aghanim Scepter run.
Middle tower has fallen.
When you have someone doing this up on the top lane, Smile just keeps going for the split push. But they bring in Dust, you better believe it. There's a gem over on the Batrider. This is why I was not quite sure about the Shadow Blade, because you can't hide. Like, you'll TP out right now, but a Flame Break will cancel the TP. And Resolution also came in with a cold snap quickly. Yeah, this is what I'm not sure about Shadow Blade. Because the core concept of what I'm going on about here with the Shadow Blade is you're able to hide yourself away so you can TP yourself out to safety. And when you have a hero like Mag, who is his primary job right now is to hunt that Prophet on the offlane. He's gone Gem, 4-star, Blink Dagger. Like, it's most of the core items you're looking over on a Batrider apart from the BKB. But he's meant to hunt the Prophet. Prophet can't hide inside of his own trees. Firefly gives you that vision over the tree line. So there is nowhere to hide. And then you put the gem on top of that one. So you can't hide in the tree line. You can't hide in invis, which basically means unless the Batrider's not there, you can't split push. It's just that simple. And the bonus damage you get from a movement speed isn't really enough to justify it. Not over the top of other items you could be using, but this is the choice that Smile's going to go for, and Mag is going to make him pay for it. Drags him back. The Doom is already on Mag, but he's done his job. He's got the Prophet down inside the river. The Batrider needs to come back though. Like, with the Shadow Blade wearing off, Smile will die in the corner. Illidan wants to make Resolution pay for it, but he's already triggered off the Doom on the Batrider and didn't get the kill. So Sergey's in here, a quick screen, but look at Resolution's movement speed. He can turn in Cold Snap as well. Now the choice is on Illidan because there's no BKB up on him. So they want to focus him down. The AA ulti, Resolution's going to stay down a little bit further, does so. God jumps in with the BKB, but not enough mana for the ultimate. That would have allowed him to instantly pick off Mag. Tornado keeping the Lich as well as the Doombringer out this, buying the time for the TP out to safety. And now a new BKB coming in from Silent and the full Eclipse. There is no new creep wave coming in for the Dynasites. They don't tank it up. Speaking of tanking up, the Lich ulti bouncing through the heroes. Silent came up a little bit closer. He's dying to the cold feet right now of NS. And NS calls that he can't attack him. He's got the chilling touch and he wants to, but he just can't do it. Resolution will take a triple kill of VP's lineup. And a Lincoln Sphere build up now for Silent, and we're about to lose the entire lineup. So Assad cannot survive, and VP get caught out again. 5 heroes on the sideline. Is it also? Oh, it is timing for Roshan. Empire
tower is under attack.
Be as quick as they can. Aside the Vice on Resolution, mana regen's going to be great. He's popping up the Alagri to pump out the damage into Roshan because they're going to be quick about this. But then again, no, they don't, because the BKBs are on cooldown. The Lich Holy's on cooldown. AA for his, but that'll basically be all he can do inside this pit. And looks like Empire's kind of waiting for him. They split up a little bit, but not enough. But they take the Aegis anyway. And then straight back into the farm for Mag. That BKB needs to be purchased up. You can sell the bottle, pick up the BKB, and then there's very little, if anything, that VP can do about it. Because that Doombringer, like if he's not the main target, you saw it before in this jump in. Like, Batrider jumps into here, grabs the hero, and then drags him that direction. While Doombringer sits up here, and he can cast his Doom on the Batrider who's escaping. But if you've already got Lasso, as well as your Firefly up and running, you don't get interrupted, you don't get stopped. So because of that, there's just no joy. Like, it turns Doom into nothing. Can't keep up with the Batrider. Like he's building into an Aghanim Scepter, and the Aghanim Scepter then allows you to have the never-ending ultimate as long as you can stay in range of the hero you cast it on. So if he's able to walk directly next to the Invoker, then he'll be fine with this. But if he casts it on Batrider and that's the primary target, he'll never keep up. Especially with Mag with a haste rune now as well. This is free gold for whoever he goes on. There's no straight up stuns. Prophet Sprout won't stop him. Cold Feet won't stop him. Frostbite won't stop him. You get the mini stun to come out from Lich. And Doombringer doesn't even have the War Stomp anymore. VP have no controlling abilities on this Batrider. Doesn't actually even need to build into a BKB here, Mag. Because Doom is probably the only thing you'll be concerned about, but obviously BKB was not really going to help you with that. This dude's primary target is not going to be the Batrider, it's going to be somebody else. And we're going to come into the middle lane. You see where VP are. Hey, where's the closest hero? Here. That's the closest hero, and they're attacking on the tier 4 towers. They're staying so far back from that Batrider, not to get caught out. Still going to stay closer on the creep wave, or they'll just end up throwing away the tier 3 tower in the mid. It's their only choice. It is really their only choice. Smoke initiation, or at least smoke to let them stay in this close. It was out of range of this observer ward that was looking for him. But Illidan as well as John are going to try and come in through behind. Nature's Prophet is still back at base, and so is NS. The tier 3 tower has gone down with no collateral damage. Into the weave as well. Sergey jumps out, but he throws the ult. He's doing nothing at all. Double kill for Resolution. The Lich ulti will go back into the creep wave, but with Silent moving in deeper, like he's just going to pop the Mana Cell, which actually hurts him more than anything else. Then Lich ulti did some really heavy work right then, but the Quappers doesn't buy back. Silent's going to be protected, and now goes into the Eclipse. He's wanting Sergey dead. He can't pick him up, however, but for the Aegis symbol and the amount of damage they've done to the supports and now the mid-ranks, it's worth it just to lose the Aegis. Silent did, of course, trigger off the BKB, but with Doombringer down, with all of their ultis being expanded as well, Team Empire, okay, they're going to rotate top. They could have just pushed for the GG in mid, but this is the safe way of doing it. Starting up the weave too, so their armor's even going to go through the roof. As Familiar stun up all 3 heroes of VP at the back lines.
Top tower is under attack.
It's just trying to delay him, keep him away from the tower. Because now this happens. The bouncing glaives, resolution initiates in, and Sergey just gets nuked. This is GG. Team Empire will not move back from this base. The A ulti or not, there's no profit ulti to combine it with it. So it doesn't matter. There's a call coming out from NS. One last try from Illidan, but easy, full control across the board. Team Empire, they're looking fantastic this evening. Gonna have to keep looking fantastic because it's not over for them just yet. We have one more game coming up for Team Empire this evening, and it's got them up against Power Rangers. We'll be starting up in about 7 minutes time. And then we will go into our Na'Vi doubleheader. Na'Vi versus Roxkiss. So Gold Black up against Puppey as far as the drafting minds. And then Sigma will battle up against Na'Vi.